Well, hey there, friends. So today I have an episode for you all about how to start ranking on page one faster with 3 simple SEO steps. Because I don't know about y'all, but I literally never click through to page 2 when I'm using Google. And so often we are busting our little tuchuses to get website traffic, create great content, just hoping and praying that we're going to get leads from this SEO friendly content, when in reality, we're missing some of these crucial steps on ranking on page 1. Because as I heard one SEO guru say recently, page 2 and page 3 is where people go to bury dead bodies, which is obviously an exaggeration, but if all of your stuff is ranking on page 2 and page 3, you're probably not getting that many clicks, if any, and you're not making that much money off of that content or that page. So listen in, bust out that pen and paper, and we will get right to the rat killing. Hey there, fellow entrepreneur. Welcome to Simple SEO and Marketing with me, Faith Hannon. Do you want to grow your business with organic marketing and finally feel like you can understand SEO? Are you scouring the internet for how to get more website traffic, SEO for dummies, and how to market on Pinterest? Have you tried to grow your business with SEO and blogging only to get frustrated and quit because it's overwhelming and too time consuming? Been there. Hey, I'm Faith Hannon, Jesus lover, copywriter, blogger, wife, wrangler of tiny humans, and barrel racer. And let me tell you, I didn't have time to waste sorting through SEO and keyword strategies that either didn't work or were so over my head I couldn't understand them. I honestly thought that SEO and blogging only worked for people with a PhD in tech jargon and a whole team of employees, until I learned these secrets. Good SEO strategies don't have to be complicated, and creating and marketing great content doesn't have to take more than a couple hours a week total. So pop in those earbuds, slam some coffee, and let's grow your business with simple organic marketing and a healthy dose of biblical encouragement along the way. Hey, real quick before we jump into the content, the meat of today's episode, don't forget to enter the giveaway for your chance to win free access to the Organic Marketing Framework. This is a celebration and a thank you to y'all for helping us reach 50,000 downloads on this podcast. To enter the giveaway, just write a review for the podcast on Apple Podcast, on the Apple Podcast app. Take a screenshot and then share that screenshot in our Facebook group. All of it is free to do, and it is so greatly appreciated. It helps the show get in front of more people, in more people's earbuds. So again, all you have to do is write a written review, screenshot that review, and then post it inside of our free Facebook group, and you'll have a chance to win free access to the Organic Marketing Framework, which is my course that I put together to walk y'all through how to set up a website for SEO success, to get traffic and leads from your website using SEO, website strategy, and great blogs, so that you can get more leads in way less time and way less booty shaking and finger pointing from social media. Okay. So I'm pretty sure I remember even where I was sitting when I was going back through and looking at my old baby blog posts. Like, they weren't that old. I was still in the baby blogger faith stage. And I was typing in something that I knew I had written a blog all about. And I typed it into Google, and it wasn't coming up, and it wasn't coming up. And I'm clicking through page after page after page after page, and my content was not showing up. And I'm like, what the heck? And I've learned so many things since then, and my whole keyword titling strategy has evolved massively since then. But I remember that sinking feeling of just knowing that I worked hard. At that point, blogging was taking me like 4 to 5 hours per blog. Praise the Lord, I've streamlined. But I'd put all this time and energy into creating this piece of content that was truly helpful for somebody. But I knew there was no way it was getting any traffic from people finding it on Google because, y'all, I never clicked through till the 5th or 6th page to find something to read, right? And I knew probably nobody else did either. So I've come a long way, lots of years, lots of research, lots of trial and error later. And I've learned a lot, and I've figured out how to start ranking your content, my content, clients' content, student contents on page 1 faster and easier with just a few simple SEO savvy steps, okay? So please note that this podcast episode applies after you have your foundational SEO stuff in place. Like, you need to have your sitemap submitted to Search Console. You need to have Google Analytics set up. You need to make sure that your page has quick load times. You need to have your keywords in your page titles and in your H1 text on your main, like, homepage, about page, services page, those main pages. A lot of those really foundational things need to be in place, okay? If you need help with that, reach out for a coaching call. We will get your keywords figured out and your page titles written, and probably a good portion of your blog content planned out as well. If you're like, Faith, I need to just learn how to fish, then go ahead, pause this episode, and go buy the Organic Marketing Framework, and you will learn step by step how to get more leads, more traffic from your website using SEO strategy, blogging, and great content. But so we're assuming that these foundational things are in place, right? Like, your website ain't looking busted and disgusted. Your copy's in place. Like, you've got the foundational things in place. But so often people come and they're like, now what? I'm not ranking. Like, what do I do? I don't have any blogs showing up. I don't have anything showing up on the first page. So here, my dear friends, is what you do, okay? Step number 1, you have to choose the right keyword. You absolutely have to choose the right keyword that you want that specific piece of content to be ranking for. Because if you're choosing the wrong keyword, like, usually people want to choose a keyword with too many searches for where their business is. If you're choosing the wrong keyword or too big of a keyword, you're not going to rank because you are a small fish in a big pond. If you're choosing a keyword that has way fewer searches than pieces of content out there, eek, skeet, rewind, okay? Because you're putting yourself, one, in a pond that's not searched that much, and you're a super, super, super small fish. So you have to choose the right keyword. You have to focus on a couple of factors here. One, it has to be the right size keyword for your website authority, your content creation capacity, and your SEO street cred, I call it. It has to be the right size for that, but it also has to line up with the searcher intent that you're going for, because ultimately you want people to see your stuff, your content on the first page and click it, right? If your content shows up on the first page, but nobody ever clicks it, or they click to your piece of content and then click away immediately because it doesn't align with what they're actually wanting to find, Google is smart and they're going to be like, oh, homegirl ain't answering the actual question, bye, bump you down, okay? So you need to choose the right keyword, the right size for your business as far as searches per month, and the right searcher intent, okay? I have several episodes on keyword research. Start with episode number 13 and then episode number 62. That'll get you started. So you've got to choose the right keyword, okay? Ain't no sense in ranking for the wrong keyword. And if you're trying to rank for too big of a keyword, ain't gonna happen either, okay? So check out episode 13, 62, and then episode 88. There's also some great information there. Okay, and then step number 2 is you need an irresistible but true title. Because again, you can rank on a page, but if nobody clicks through to your content, it's not doing you any good, and you won't keep ranking if nobody's clicking through your content. Because Google is smart, right? Google wants to answer people's questions. So if Google sees that nobody is clicking on your blog, precious though it may be, they're going to stop putting it in front of people. Okay, so irresistible but true titles. What do I mean by that? Well, first of all, please, for the love of all things holy, do not create clickbait titles. There's nothing, well, there's a lot of things more infuriating, but it's very infuriating to have to click through on an article or a blog or a post or something thinking that you're going to find one thing or learn one thing, and then there's absolutely nothing helpful about that question in that piece of content. And y'all know, because you're the same, once you find once you realize like what company that's from or what blogger that infuriating piece of content is from, you never want to read anything they do again, right? Like we've all clicked through to those dumb articles on Facebook that are like, learn this thing, and then all it is ads, or it doesn't answer the question, has nothing to do with what you thought you were going to learn, right? Been there, done that, right? So your title has to be true, but at the same time, it needs to be enticing, all right? Like it needs to be juicy, McJuicy, not in like a, ooh, scandalous kind of way, but make it enticing, make it something that people are going to want to read, okay? Now, I actually spend maybe half as much, if not just as much time crafting the title of a piece of content as I do creating the actual content. The title is that important. Now, I probably don't spend that much time anymore because I've gotten pretty good at it. And I know what my audience responds to, or my clients' audiences. So episode number 58 has some tips and tricks for more clicks. And then I actually have a title formula inside of the organic marketing framework, but I'm going to give you a few quick tips for better titles, like real quick right now. One, you want your keyword to be at the beginning of the title. So if somebody is searching for like gluten-free breakfast ideas, don't craft your title to be something like 45 easy, low prep, gluten-free breakfast ideas. Craft your title to be something like 45 gluten-free breakfast ideas that require little to no prep that everybody loves, right? Like, ooh, that's enticing. And also the keyword is at the beginning of the title. And quick tip number 2, it sounds authentic, right? It doesn't feel like I'm trying to work that in and make it fit like Cinderella's stepsister's trying on her shoe. Like, that keyword fits and sounds like it should be there, okay? Also, titles need to be engaging. Like I just gave you that example of everybody loves these gluten-free recipes, okay? And it has to be, this is tip number 4, it has to be within the 60 character Google window limit. This is a hard and fast limit. There are some limits I will fudge. This is not one of them, because your title needs to, your whole title needs to show up within the SERPs, the search engine results page window, so that somebody can see the whole thing. Because if it does not fit within that 60 character limit, you don't necessarily know where Google is going to cut that off. But if you fit within that 60 character limit, you know that your audience or potential audience is seeing the entirety of your title. Okay. Hey friend, I know you're trying to grow this business, but does it feel like it's not really going anywhere? Did you know that we can actually fix the back end of your business so that you have some great SEO? Did you know that we can repurpose your podcast or repurpose your blog and help you grow faster? Did you know that was even an option? If you're thinking, oh my goodness, Faith, that would be amazing, then head on over to faithhannon.com/coaching or click the link in the show notes. In just 1 hour of your time, we'll get you a marketing plan in a box with the exact keywords that you need to be going for, how and where to implement them, and at least 3 months of SEO-focused content planned out for you. Let's get your coaching call on the books right now and get your marketing strategy headed in the right direction. Spots are limited, so don't wait. And I cannot wait to help you finally get the breakthrough you've been waiting for and jumpstart your business dream back to life. And then This is the third step, and I've actually integrated this into my workflow recently. It's in my workflow card so that my team and I know to make sure that this has happened. The link is there, instructions are there. That's a great tip for you too. But anyway, step number 3 is submit your new blog post to Google Search Console to be indexed. Now, fact, it will probably be indexed eventually anyway, but I like to make sure that it gets indexed. Now, depending on who you read and what your source is, some people say that Google bots will crawl a site anywhere from every 3 days to every 3 to 4 weeks. I tend to think it's more on the every 3 to 4 weeks, unless you are a massive website and you're churning out tons and tons of content on the rig. So doing this, submitting your new blog post to be indexed, what you are doing is you are alerting Google, you're alerting Search Console, hey, there's new content here. Go crawl this and go index this so that it starts showing up faster. I really think that this is a good practice. And once you get in the hang of it, like, it really does not take that much time, especially if you include links in your workflow and you just integrate it as part of your workflow to make sure that it happens and you don't look up and realize that none of your content has actually been indexed from the past month or 2. Ask me how I know that's a possibility. All right, y'all. So three tips to help your content start showing up on page 1 faster. Remember, we are assuming that the foundational things for a great website are already in place, okay? But the 3 steps to start indexing, start ranking on page 1 faster are: choose the right keyword. This is absolutely crucial. Step number 2, to make sure that your title is true but irresistible and includes your main focus keyword that you just researched towards the beginning of your title. Make it sound authentic, engaging, and within the 60 character limit that Google likes. And then step number 3 is to submit your new blog post to Search Console to be indexed. And if any of these words are like, what, Faith? Are you speaking American to us? Then grab my SEO cheat sheet. I created it for myself to keep all of the terms straight and in normal human language, and I update it frequently as I learn more or create better definitions. So it's a spreadsheet, easy to use. Go download it. It's free, and I know that it'll help you. So y'all have a great rest of your day. Take these tips, implement them into your workflow, and watch as you start gaining traction and traffic with your website and great SEO strategy. We'll talk to y'all soon. Bye. Thank you so much for listening in today. Hopefully this episode gave you some really tangible tips for better SEO and marketing to get more leads and more sales from your website. If it did, can I ask you a quick favor? Would you please share this episode with a friend and then just take 10 seconds and go leave a written review on Apple Podcasts? That is the very best way to help more Jesus-loving entrepreneurs scale their businesses so that they can help more people with their gifts and make an even bigger impact for the kingdom of God. And guess what? We now have a Facebook community where we can learn, hang out, and laugh. Go join the Facebook group now. It's linked in the show notes. And all the other things, courses, coaching, and copywriting can be found at my website, faithhannon.com. Until next time, God bless, and I'll talk to you soon.